If you are a long-time watcher of this channel, then you will know of the series that I once did called The World by Hans. It was a look at YouTuber Hans Wormhat and the list of conspiracies that he covered, and some of them were very humorous. From Santa is a psyop, to volcanoes aren't real, carbon dating is a hoax, and sunspots prove NASA are lying. It was one hell of a journey. Well, if you like those, then you'll be very happy to hear that The World by Hans is back for a one-off special, and he's going after penguins. Hello all and welcome along to another episode of Tinfoil Tuesday with me, SciManDan. Thank you very much for joining me. Yes, Hans is back, and if you've missed him, then you're in for a real treat today. This conspiracy king has a lot of pedigree, pumping out such classics as the Titanic was mostly empty, why don't gorillas throw poop, eunuchs have long fingers, and quite unbelievably, D-Day was boring. Recently he made a video with the title, "Send this video to people who believe in penguins." Let's take a look, shall we? Then all of us regular penguin believers can have our world turned upside down.
Hans Wormhat, send this video to people who believe in penguins.
So basically every single person on the planet then, except you.
And I'm talking about the tuxedo wearing, living at the alleged South Pole, the March of the Penguins type penguin. There is a type of aquatic bird, and it's black and white splotched. It doesn't look like it's wearing a tuxedo, but a memory that sticks with me from childhood is going to see the penguins at the zoo, and I was just very underwhelmed because in your mind as a child you think, oh, emperor penguins, these big bright orange, what do you know, these big penguins with bright orange on them, and you get to the penguin exhibit and no, it's these little black and white splotched aquatic birds.
There are 18 different penguin species, and emperor is just one of them. Being a smaller, different coloured penguin doesn't make it any less of a penguin.
And I remember thinking, what, this isn't a penguin. That's what I remember thinking. And I just want to first go through these slides that are from, this is like pretty new penguin exhibits at SeaWorld. I think most of these are Orlando SeaWorld. I don't know if they're all the same ride or anything, but you scoot around on these Roomba things and you watch screens. It's literally nothing but screens and pretty props. Oh, look, screens. There is this part, and what it is, these are just animatronics in the background, and they sell it to you as living penguins.
Animatronics? Wow, Hans, do you actually listen to yourself?
And it's just not real. They're animatronics. Those emperor penguins, they didn't used to have these at zoos at all because just the technology wasn't there, I guess. It was too hokey. They only would show you photos of them and you would watch them on TV, but never in the zoo would they ever have stuff like this. Nowadays, I guess they have this at SeaWorld, but
emperor penguins are a very hard species to keep in captivity. To start with, they're the only species of penguin that lay their eggs on the sea ice. Due to this, only a few places in the world keep emperor penguins. These smaller species are much easier to keep in captivity.
Look at the only ones that are in the water are going to be just black and white aquatic birds. The ones in the water will never be the emperor penguin. Why doesn't that one go swimming?
Emperor penguins are fantastic swimmers, but it's unlikely that you'll ever see them swim because of the very small numbers held in captivity and the size of their enclosures.
Why do those ones just stand up there and not go in the water? So I guess this ride at SeaWorld was kind of a mixture. Some animatronics, some aquatic. But I mean, even they could have fake little robotic aquatic things too.
Fake swimming penguins now. Bloody hell.
Nothing is stopping that. Okay, look at the screens. How is this a ride? What about this is SeaWorld? I just don't understand. Showing screens. It's like they're showing you the truth. Oh, look, it's all just CGI and screens. And really obvious. Like, it's not even trying to look like documentary stuff. It's just obvious CGI.
Obvious CGI? What did these conspiracy theorists do before CGI was invented? What was their excuse then?
They make amazing rides that blend tech with story that everyone can enjoy. I went on this ride last week. I honestly thought it was just animated penguins. Until the ride turned around and there were real penguins at the end. I seriously almost cried. They could tell. This person could tell that it was just a bunch of animated penguins. It's not real. But then at the very end of the ride, they show you a few real aquatic birds. And oh, everything was real the whole time.
This is absolute evidence for Hans. Brilliant.
I love this because fake animals are one of the things where if you go and you read through the comments, people have instincts about this stuff. And there's also people who joke about this stuff. They'll make jokes, little jokes about it. Oh, it's just a drunk person in a suit. Oh, it's just a drunk person in a suit. By the time you've heard that joke about the 100th time, when it comes to pandas, it hits you. Oh yeah, they are probably just drunk people in suits.
So pandas are now just drunk people in suits. The amazement never ends.
Penguin is 33 in Chaldean. It's probably an old hoax. Look at these old penguins. How can you not tell that that's just a taxidermy joke?
Now, not to judge taxidermists' sense of humour here, but this doesn't look like much of a joke to me.
Doesn't even look good. Adelie penguin. Does that look like a real life or does that look like a little puppet? Antarctica, penguins and krill in danger. It looks like a puppet to me. Doesn't look like a real life. Not at all. These really old ones too, the really old photos are just puppets.
Oh yeah, there's like 8 people underneath these rocks controlling all those penguins. Seems legit.
And people will always come, why? Why would somebody do this? Why would somebody do this? I've known people in my life to lie about what they ate for lunch, and it doesn't serve any purpose.
They've lied about what they ate for lunch. Oh, come on, Hans.
They're of their father, the devil, the father of all lies, and they love hoaxing people. They think that this is so funny that they can get people to believe in stuffed animals. It makes them feel powerful that they can make people live in a fantasy land. And they get off on gatekeeping knowledge and feeling superior to people and smug because they know that the stuff is all hoaxery. And so that's why they love pushing it. The more that they can push it and the more that they can get people to believe in this BS, it just makes them feel smug and superior.
Don't know what you're talking about, Hans.
And they're liars. They love to lie. They don't need a reason. Although, of course, there are reasons for this stuff. They use it to push evolution. The South Pole hoax. I don't believe that Antarctica is icy wasteland. I think the center of the Earth, that might be where Garden of Eden is, or was, I don't know. And the real ice lands are of the north. The north is the ice wall around Earth.
Sorry, what now? The north is the ice wall. What?
Just think of how north, anywhere you go, if you go north, you're going to get to ice, and it's huge lands. Canada, Alaska, Siberia. And if you go look at the Shill flat Earth map, all of that is crushed into the center. Very tiny. How are you supposed to crush Alaska and Canada and Russia? How is all of that supposed to get crushed in the center of the Earth? That doesn't make sense.
No. No, please no. What is happening? I'm about to agree with Hans. No.
Those immense icy lands in the north, That's the real ice wall around Earth. And Antarctica, who knows? What they show us is Photoshop BS. The people who claimed to go to Antarctica, no, they probably just went north and took pictures in the snow. I don't know. I don't know what's in Antarctica. And definitely not penguins. The scale is so off on this. Like, what is with this mammoth baby? The baby is like bigger than the adults.
Is it? Doesn't look like that to me.
It's usually just Photoshop these days. There's a lot of... It's like a meme. The emperor penguins. This person probably just Photoshopped this photo together. There's probably... For stuff like these penguins... I mean, I'm sure you guys have seen the website by now where you can go to this website and keep reloading it and they keep making fake faces. Just computers can come up with just a totally fake face and they look like a real person. It looks like a real face. There's probably a Photoshop tool where you can just click the mouse and it'll make a penguin for you. Make a penguin, make a penguin, make a penguin. That's what most penguin stuff looks to me. It's like it's a stamp.
Well, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Pictures of penguins are made by an automatic computer that's set on...
Make a penguin, make a penguin, make a penguin.
Hard to argue with that one, isn't it, guys? Let's leave Hans and his delusions there for today. I've had enough now. Thank you all very much for watching. If you enjoyed it today, then please do like and subscribe. It'd be thoroughly appreciated. I've been SciManDan. Have yourselves a great day and I'll see you tomorrow for some more physics. See you then.